Welcome to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch Burger Edition.
Sang it again, eh?
Yeah, so I like to sing it
You're getting
sometimes.
pretty musical in your old age.
That's it. The music is in all of us, Matthew.
Yeah, it just takes a little coercing to get it out.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I want to take this opportunity to remind our listeners that the voting is open for Cult Montreal's Best of Montreal, where you can vote for your favorite things in Montreal, your favorite hairdresser, favorite bakery, tackiest personality, favorite actor.
Best organic food basket service.
That's maybe on the list.
That is, I saw it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they get in deep.
All kinds of options, including favorite podcast,
Yes.
where you can vote for Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at lunch. And all you need to do is go to cultmontreal.com. It's on the main page, or cultmontreal.com/vote best of MTL to bring you right to the page. We're going to share it on our Facebook page, our Instagram, and our Twitter. Give you links so that you can vote for our podcast and take the opportunity to vote for your favorite burger that we have reviewed or some other burger that we've never even heard about.
Yeah.
At that point, though, also let us know. I'd like to try that burger.
Yeah. Do it.
This week, Matthew and I went to Nouveau Système Beaubien at 323 Rue Beaubien East, established in 1962. Still there.
Still hanging strong.
Still there.
Wasn't a remarkable place. Wasn't like a relic of the city or anything.
No. It's weird because having been there since 1962, you would imagine that it would be physically maybe a little more notable.
Yeah, maybe built of limestone or something.
Well, that's not quite what I was thinking because it is just a diner. It's a local diner.
Mm-hmm.
But a local diner that I've heard a lot of good things about. Their Google rating through the charts, I want to say, what was it? Let me double check this. It's a 4.3. That's pretty good on 5.
Oh, 5.
On 5, yeah. On 10, that's not very
No.
impressive. But 4.3 on 5, that's a good rating.
Yeah.
For just a local fast food diner, Greasy Spoon Diner.
Yeah. For all you listening, that's 8.6 out of 10.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we do a 10 scale
That's
rating
true.
system.
86% if you're in school.
Yes.
So yeah, just a local fast food diner, the type of place where their menu does nothing in particular. Seems like you could get spaghetti, you could get lasagna, you could get gyros, you could get a hot dog, you could get a poutine, you could get a club sandwich. But we got, you guessed it, burgers.
Yeah.
Matthew, what were your first impressions when you walked into Nouveau Système Beaubien?
I don't know. I think the Nouveau word threw me off a little bit because this was anything but. And
But you have to transport yourself back to 1962 when their Nouveau Système was Nouveau.
yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But it wasn't much of a difference than walking into like a Belle Province.
Not that different, that's true.
I actually thought maybe it was a redressed Belle Province and not even redressed all that well because it just had the same look and feel and menu.
Or is La Belle Province just a new version of Nouveau Système Beaubien?
I don't know. That's the paradox.
Which came first? It's really just a classic Greasy Spoon Diner, and that's what Belle Province kind of is.
Yeah, it's I mean, there was I don't know. The clocks weren't even working in this place.
I noticed that. At one point, checked the time. I was like, well, that's not right. And then I looked to the other 2 clocks. I realized no second hands were moving.
Yeah, and that's like a staple of Belle Province is around. It's just multiple clocks on the wall, and none of them tell the right time.
These classic diners are a place where time stands still.
It's true. It's horrifying, especially for the workers, I imagine.
Yeah, I suppose so. In this day and age, everyone's got a phone with the time on it.
Yeah.
Or an Apple Watch or something.
Just a regular watch. What
Or
about that?
good
Just
old
a
classic.
sundial.
Yeah, sundial. One of them Timexes.
Yeah.
Or an Indiglo.
Oh yeah. I used to wear out the batteries on my Indiglos.
Oh yeah.
In the middle of the night, if I was still awake, I'd just let that baby glow on everything.
Why?
It's beautiful.
Just to like light up your path
No, just like under my covers. Just light it up. See what it looks like. See that
through
beautiful
the sheets.
hue. It was nice. Got me to sleep.
Okay, so you use your watch as a nightlight.
I don't know.
Bit of a misuse of the watch now.
Pretty much.
So Matthew, this past weekend were the Oscars.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Oscars?
I did. I never do. And I spent maybe an hour and a half trying to get the Oscars to play.
What do you mean?
Just couldn't get it on TV.
Really?
Yeah. And everybody on the internet is just trying to spam you, trying to get your credit card information, trying to get you to sign up for some service so you can get the Oscars. Every link that someone's like, oh, here's a link that lets you stream it. And it's like, here, put in all your information.
Oh, man.
So I didn't do that. Just got really frustrated working with the TV, wiring, holding
So you were trying to
dishes.
do some sort of like online streaming of the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Your TV probably gets the wireless signal, and you probably just could have tuned in because it was being rebroadcast by our local broadcaster, CFCF 12, and
Yes.
CTV affiliate.
Yeah. Montreal's one to watch.
That's right.
I did try that actually, but not on my TV. Not on my TV. It wouldn't pick it up.
Really?
Yeah. So eventually, I found like an old satellite hookup, and
I was hoping you would just like watch like the 1974 Oscars.
it's like not much has changed.
It's basically the same. I don't know these movies. I don't know those movies.
It's true. I barely knew any of the movies that were winning. You didn't see it, did you?
I caught mere minutes of the Oscars. I tuned in while I was at work. At one point, turned it on because I remember that was the Oscars, and it was during I think the best score was awarded, and then a song was performed, and then I was done work. So I really caught very little of the awards.
Was that the Mary J. Blige song?
I don't think so.
Okay. Everything about the Oscars just got me thinking about something better. I think Mary J. Blige performed something, and I was like, they should have just played Michael Jackson's Free Me from, probably not even called Free Me. That's what I called it. As the theme from Free Willy.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Such a better song.
I
her
don't
song.
recall it at all.
Well, it's just a good song.
Okay.
You should listen to it.
I will.
But another thing they did at one point I found gravely offensive.
Oh.
Is they talked about people. They actually went and interrupted a group of people in a movie theater across the street. What's his name?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel gathered together a group of celebrities.
Okay.
Whoever would want to go and blow the minds of the people sitting in the theater across the street. And that's,
Sure.
the words they use. They rounded together some pretty B-list actors.
Who do we
People
got
I didn't
there?
know their names. That's why I call
Really?
it B-list. One of them was Armie Hammer,
Okay.
who I don't really consider a celebrity because I don't really know who he is.
I know his name. I separately know his face.
Yeah.
When I
Separately know his face.
like that's a face I recognize. That's a name I recognize.
Yeah.
If I see that face and someone's like, "Who is this actor?" I'll be like, "Oh crap."
Yeah.
But if I go into a movie knowing it's starring Armie Hammer, say, The Lone Ranger or Speed Racer, I'll know going in that it's Armie Hammer. I'm prepared for Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
But if you're not telling me that, Armie Hammer's an awesome name and an actor with a face that I can't connect the two things.
No. Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah,
Armie Hammer was there.
Armie Hammer was there, and so when the announcer was saying, it's like after the commercial break, these regular folk watching A Wrinkle in Time at the theater across the street are going to have their minds blown.
These plebeians
Yes.
are going to be graced by the presence of actors in tuxedos.
Well, that's what it felt like. It's like, let's take a moment away from our award party. We're going to go and interrupt the movie.
Yeah.
Turn all the lights on and just be like, hey, everybody. And they bought a bunch of snacks
Okay.
for them. So they were just handing out like
They did this
Milk
again.
Duds
This is
and-
what they did last year, I want to say, at the Oscars,
Really?
where Jimmy Kimmel, at some point, I want to say Jimmy Kimmel was hosting last year as well, and they parachuted little snacks down onto the audience.
So for that, it's like we don't want to touch you. So
Yeah.
here, take these.
Well,
was
no, it's
alm-
just because it is fanciful and wonderful to have like, oh, it's floating down from the sky. I could just snatch it out of the sky.
Yeah, for
and what do we
regular
got here?
folk.
Some Milk Duds. No, that was for the celebrities.
Oh, for the celebrities, okay.
For the regular folk, they just threw them.
Well, this time they went. I don't know if it was a step worse or a step. No, most definitely a step in the wrong direction. They went in there with hot dog cannons, and and they fired hot dogs at the crowd.
No.
They just just violently threw these hot dogs by way of cannon into the crowd, and like you could see the cannon's not working great. Like it's mangling these hot dogs.
Yeah,
the
for
wrappers
sure.
are getting squished and flying
course.
off. And it's like fire into the crowd. All you regular fat Americans, eat these hot dogs and given to you by Army Hammer.
Yeah, let Army Hammer fire a hot dog down your damn gullet.
Yeah, right. You can tell your grandchildren about this.
Yeah. So Army Hammer, he was a military general or something? No, he was an actor.
Yeah.
So he had a cannon. Well, it was an air cannon. And he shot you with what? A hot dog.
Yeah. It's okay now to bring guns into theaters, apparently.
Oh, man.
That's not, what's a cannon but a big gun?
You got me there. It's an air gun.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that was the most remarkable part of it. That and probably Frances McDormand just looking like an insane woman.
Go on.
She won, I believe, Best
Supporting Actress or Best Actress?
Best Actress. Or what do they call that? Just Best Actor, because there's no difference.
Best female lead in a motion picture.
One of the big ones towards the end, and they let her speak for a few minutes, but she was just insane. Like she looks like a female. Who's that other actor? Willem Dafoe.
Okay,
she's like the female version of Willem Dafoe.
I see what you're saying.
It's absolutely terrifying, and she was
highly
respected
like actor, kind of creepy,
super creepy. But that's a takeaway from that. That was like 4 hours of my time gone.
I did also catch. I guess it was the best score in a major motion picture was presented by Christopher Walken, and I didn't know who it would be, but the curtain lifted, and I just saw his silhouette take one step. I was like, "That's Chris Walken." I could tell just so quickly, just by the way he moves, that was Chris Walken.
Yeah, and he didn't have anything personal to say.
No,
it was
of course
exactly
not.
What he was told to say.
So now I'm reading the lines that were written for me about how music brings us all together. And then, the Oscar goes to
he did it.
Shape of Water.
He did his job in the most basic form.
Yep.
It was fine. One of the in memoriam that they did.
Who was memorialized?
They left out a bunch of people, I'm pretty sure. That's what the internet's telling me.
Yeah.
Tobe Hooper.
Who?
Toby Hooper. The guy who made Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
He died. Who else died? A bunch of people died. Anyway,
I feel like they do make it a little exclusive to people in film. If you're a television actor who passed away, you're almost never honored, unless you're... No, I guess I was thinking Frank Gorshin a few years ago was honored, who did a lot of television work in the early days, but he did do some film as well, also in the early days.
Yeah.
And radio. Frank Gorshin, great actor.
Oh, I had no idea who he is.
He was the Riddler in the 1960s Batman. And would often refuse to talk about the 1960s Batman when being interviewed, because everyone knew him from that, but he was a much better actor than that.
Okay.
Than him jumping around in spandex and giggling.
I mean, it's hard to... Yeah, I guess I'd probably want to refuse that if I had other things going for me.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I saw that really broke my heart was American legend actor John Hurd passed away last year, and I didn't even know about it.
I'm not sure. The name is familiar, but I'm thinking, isn't John Hurt someone?
I think he may be someone as well, but this is Kevin McAllister's father. He appeared in Home Alone 1.
Oh, he passed away. I had no idea.
2.
Oh, okay.
The
movie okay.
Yeah, I think he was like a basketball coach in that one. But so I started Googling Home Alone, and then I saw a video that Macaulay Culkin was on, I think, Jimmy Fallon the night before. And this outraged me, as he said that there was a major plot hole in Home Alone that he's never understood.
Go on. Interesting. You'd think if anyone has really thought about Home Alone, it would be none other than Macaulay Culkin, who the film was written for.
Huh. There you go. And anyway, he found that he said Kevin McAllister's character is supposed to be super smart, setting up all these traps and everything. But one thing never made sense to him. Why wouldn't Kevin McAllister just call the cops when he knew that the two robbers were going to come and rob his house? And there are so many answers to that too.
Give me one of yours.
The one that was most obvious to me was at the very beginning of the film. Joe Pesci's character was standing in the McAllister's house dressed as a cop. He was there to stake out all the good places.
That's right.
And he had a gold tooth.
Yeah.
And he went